All right. Hey, guys, welcome back to the Top Agent Podcast. And this is a unique one. I am not talking to an agent today. I'm talking to an old friend of mine, a veteran, and he is now self-employed. So now he went from being a military veteran, working for the military as a civilian, and now he is self-employed helping veterans. But this one's an important person to know if you're an agent out there. And we're going to get into talking to Max Johnson as soon as we get back. Let's go.
Welcome to the Top Agent Podcast, where we bring you raw and unedited content to help create and connect top agents from across the globe. I'm your host, Tom Tillier. Let's get started.
So Max Johnson, fellow Navy veteran, fellow Clarkstonian, I guess we can say that at one point. Not to mention our kids went to school together. Not to mention he's a Spartan racer, and I have a lot of respect for his family values, his fitness values, his patriotism. And now we're going to get into talking to Max Johnson. How are you today?
I'm very good, Tom. How are you?
Good. Hey, dude, it's nice catching up with you. It's been a while. And, you know, one of these things that I kept thinking about was I keep watching you on social media with your new business. And I was just kind of wondering how the transition was going. And that's kind of why I reached out to you to see if you'd jump on this with me.
Well, I'm really nervous about being here. I don't do a lot of, this would be a first podcast for me. And you contacted me after doing one like impromptu video blog, I guess you would call it, which I caught my family as a surprise on a live Facebook. So I don't do that very often. But
Melissa and I were cracking up. You went live, and then your family bailed on you. It was awesome.
Yeah.
We thought it was hilarious. So no, I don't expect you to feel comfortable with this by any means, right? It's but hopefully we can make it comfortable for you. It's not really that big of a deal.
Right.
So Max, I want to go back a little bit. You were in the military. What did you do in the Navy?
I was a damage controlman, petty officer. When I got out, I was second class, so an E5. And I was deployed on a destroyer, guided missile destroyer, DD 977, the USS Briscoe. And we decommissioned that ship on the way home from deployment in 2003. And that was right after our ship actually kicked off the shock and awe phase of the war back in 2003, Operation Enduring. Oh boy, someone's going to kill me. Operation Enduring Freedom? No, Iraqi Freedom. Operation Iraqi Freedom. So
yeah, there's a lot of those. A lot of those names over there for the conflicts, but
right.
So Max and I have a lot in common. He was a DC man, which is considered a snipe when you're in the military on a Navy vessel. I was a snipe. I was in the engine rooms and working on the gas turbine electronics, and so DC men, they're the firefighters. Really, they're the heroes on board. They're the guys that take care of a lot of things, and also are the best trained firefighters. And so I could see that. I could totally see that. But then you got out of the military, and then you went and you worked. Did you go directly to TACOM?
I was off for a little bit and went to TACOM a few months later, and started as a firefighter there. Yeah. So
cool. So TACOM, for all those who don't know, it's a tank plant in Warren, Michigan. What did you do there besides firefighter?
So as a firefighter there, we did a lot of building inspections and, kind of walkthroughs and making sure everybody's staying, keeping their desks uncluttered and keeping safe. And, but there's also a lot of hazard there with the Research and Development Center there. They're doing a lot of experimentation with new equipment, and that kind of grew into more things, which, led me into doing building inspections as a fire prevention inspector, doing education at the Child Development Center, for the staff and for the kids, make sure that they could evacuate safely and that kind of thing. And then if you want me to lead into that, when I left the fire department, I went over to that research and development facility and became a safety manager there. So out of the firefighting game and into the exciting venue of research and development for the ground vehicle systems center there.
So once a DC-man, always a DC-man. So damage control specialist, firefighter, military background, very disciplined. And when I say disciplined, I mean, you drive down any dirt back road here in Clarkston or there in Clarkston when I was there, and you see Max sweating it out, getting ready for another Spartan race. You still doing Spartan?
I was just in contact with a buddy of mine last night who wants to run Killington yet again, which is that's the big one in Vermont. And last couple of years we've done the Ultra, which is about 30 plus miles and about 70 obstacles on the ski slopes at Killington, Vermont. So yeah, looks like I may be doing it again. Although
a little bit of peer pressure, right, Max?
Yeah, a little peer pressure. He wants to go after it. And yeah, so my buddy's the owner of Grit Obstacle Training.
Oh yeah. What's his name?
Kurt.
Yeah. I've met Kurt before. I met Kurt with Vince Lapicola.
Yeah. So as a gym owner, of course, he's always trying to show the accolades of his own gym. I guess he runs the obstacle courses there, and so it's prime for Spartan.
Yeah.
So
that's really exciting. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Like because I don't have that driver right now, like that goal in mind to do something. So I need to start training again on a regular basis. But that's why I always
as do I.
Yeah, that's why I always like Spartan. And that's kind of what's exciting is you see people like you go from non-obstacle course racer, like when I was doing it, and then you took off and you did far more than I ever did. It was pretty awesome to see.
Well, thank you.
Pretty cool. You and Jennifer.
Yep, that's right. Well, she actually she's the one who kind of got me started. So
that's awesome. I thought I was the one that got you started, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, you and Jennifer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm very, very interested. I know what it's like to be self-employed. I know what it's like to be an entrepreneur, and I'm very interested in hearing about Jdog Junk Removal and all. So what I know about it is it's very veteran-based, veteran-owned franchises. I don't know much else. I know that you have awesome looking trucks, and I know that you were paying attention to this. You were going to get it kicked off in Oakland County. Where are you at now? I know it's active, but tell me about the business.
Okay, well, first, we're not the only ones in Oakland County, so I have a couple others in the area. I was introduced to it by a couple of the fellow firefighters that I worked with at the Arsenal or TACOM, and they started their own franchises in the last about 18 months, and kind of got me thinking about starting my own business. And I went out to Pennsylvania, where home base is, to listen to a discovery day as kind of the sales pitch of the business and a franchise opportunity. And just got started that way. So it was originated by an Army veteran back in 2011, Jerry Flanagan. He's been on a couple of the big, Fox and Friends and Good Morning America, talking about Jdog. So you may have seen something like that along the line. They decided after their business grew that they could help other veterans out and military family members. So they started franchising it, and they offered franchise opportunities to veterans and military family exclusively. So that's kind of the background of it, and I think that's really cool. It's really
so when did
the
you
entrepreneurship.
When did you open the doors?
So my first I got my truck last year on November 11th, and so it was perfect timing. I had a friend that needed something hauled, and on Veterans Day, that was my first job.
That is awesome. That's a great story to tell.
Yeah.
So Veterans Day, you got your first job, and how's it going?
Well, it was honestly, it's been slow season. It was kind of it was a rough time to start out in November, and watch things kind of slow down for the holidays, and people not really focused on on moving their houses or getting rid of clutter and junk. So it's been steadily increasing though since the first of the year. People start thinking about it again. So it's I'd like to be busier, and I think we will. I think we're going to get quite a bit of business as the weather turns, and we see people out there trying to reclaim their space and moving houses and things like that. So
how does that work?
It's exciting.
How does that work for you? So somebody knows about you, they call you, they find you, whatever it is, Google search, and so then they get you. What are the services you offer?
We offer anything from the minimum pickup, which is normally like a single item. You need a couch removed or something like that. We come in, do the labor. I mean, it's pull it right out from wherever it sits, all the way up to full estate cleanouts, evictions. You need your yard cleaned up. Like right now, ice storm 2023, might have a bunch of yard debris laying around. You want us to come get that? We can get it. We do also just labor services. So you need a deck taken down or a fence removed. We come out there and do that as well.
Very good. So that's exciting. So you're saying it's a little slow. Obviously, Michigan winters, kind of going through that. What are you guys doing to promote your business right now?
Right now, trying to network as much as possible. Been invited to a few networking groups that seem to be, started by real estate agents or, focus around that type of industry. So property management and, commercial or residential. But yeah, I'm trying to hit up real estate agents, particularly because I know that there's a need for our services, especially when you come to closing time and, Mr. Homeowner has neglected to get everything out ready to turn over the keys, and it's like crunch time. We need somebody to get the stuff out of here. So we're primed to help out real estate agents, especially, and give you the best possible service as far as, you don't have time to mess around. You need somebody there when you call them, and we're where we're supposed to be when expected. Get the job done quickly, efficiently, and also we would like you to know that we're you're protected. We're licensed and insured as well. So not the fly-by-night company that could end up doing damage to the property or end up a liability if someone falls and breaks a leg, God forbid. We have you covered. So
that's interesting. So if I was looking for somebody like right now, and I knew of you, that's the key word, right? Or the key phrase, knew of you, and that's the important part. Yeah. If I knew of you, which I obviously know of you, but I'm in Florida now and you're in Michigan. But if I knew of you and I needed you and I needed somebody to do something like that, of course I would call you, because not only at Jdog, period, wherever you're at in the country, we're going to talk about that in a moment too. But if you're a real estate agent listening to this and there's a Jdog near you, you're going to get a veteran. They're going to be licensed and insured. They're going to be professional. They're going to be well-trained. I mean, that's what I'm hearing. And when you have a veteran and you said keywords like efficient, punctual, right? Those things are really, really important, because not all labor companies, like not all companies out there that are helping people with services are punctual or efficient. And when you can have somebody like yourself show up, and I know you're going to be there on time, and I know you're going to be efficient, and you're also going to be honest, and you're a veteran, I want to use you, right? Like I want you to help me. And so I think that's what's really important here is to get that message out to as many people as possible.
Well, thanks, Tom. I mean, so you brought to mind, you remember your military core values, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to recite them? I'm not going to recite them.
All right, I'll recite them. I remember
right,
honor, courage, and commitment. Right.
There you go. Thank you.
Jdog, all the Jdog brands is about kind of keying on those core values that all the services had, but kind of boils down to respect, integrity, and trust. And that's the core values that are espoused by Jdog, and we try to maintain that. And everybody that we hire, right now, I've got 3 Marines that are working for me. And you can't say ex-Marine, of course. There's never an ex-Marine, right? So
right.
Yeah.
So 3 Marines working for you, kind of just like when you're in the Navy.
Right? That's right. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna get you in trouble here.
No. I love it though, man. The guys are great, and they love what they're doing. It's something different at every job, and so it's exciting. They we get along really well, and the great thing about having veterans working together is that we understand each other in a lot of ways that I think that people miss in your standard, your standard workplace. People we have a backstory that everybody can relate to, and we give each other crap here and there, and of course the inter-service shenanigans that we that we so love.
I just did a podcast with Sean McNeil. Sean McNeil's an agent up in Bay City, and I want to make sure. And you wouldn't cover that far, right? What's your territory?
My territory is basically Clarkston down to part of Farmington Hills, and from Pontiac out to Highland. Okay. So it's a pretty good square. But Bay City, is that kind of like Anchor Bay area?
No, Bay City. We've got another. Bay City, Saginaw, Flint. So
yeah.
He is a broker over there. And so if there is a Jdog up there, I will connect the dots. He is a Marine, not a former Marine. He is a Marine, right? And he wants you to know it. But no, Sean's a great guy. Yeah. And we had an interview, and we really dug deep on some of the brotherhood and some of the relationships that you make when you're in the military. And it really was like, gave me chills. It was wild, because he said, you take all these different walks of life where most people have some sort of broken home or something. He said it's really weird, the platoon he was in, and you put everybody together and you all have to figure it out. And they teach you all the core values, and they teach you how to get along, and they make you one unit. And as different as you are from the next guy, you're still the same. And
that's military training in a nutshell, right?
Yeah, it's like,
it doesn't matter.
It's like, Remember the Titans movie. It's like, remember the Titans movie, the football team.
Yeah.
But in a military format, like all these different walks of life, and you make them tick as a team. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. So if you need junk removal or hauling, I know that's who I'd feel comfortable with. A brotherhood, right? Somebody from the brotherhood, somebody from the military background, a veteran. And if you're not a veteran, that's fine too, because you're going to get Max's core values. You're going to get Jdog's core values, and you put that together, and it's a great recipe, I think.
Well put.
Well, I honestly believe that. So cool. What's the best way? We're going to, as we wrap this up, please tell us the best way to get a hold of you. I don't know if you tell people just to go on the website and plug in the company and some information, but how does somebody get a hold of you if they want or need junk removal or hauling, or to learn more about you, or to schedule you? What do they got to do?
Yeah, we have a obviously well-formulated website that, we are a franchisee. So, corporate's got a great website that you can go on and find us at jdog.com. And you can also call an 844 number. It's 844-GET-JDOG. That's JDOG. So no DAWGs there. And that's the way. If you're nationwide, if you want to get a hold of a Jdog, that's where to start. And then here in Clarkston, we actually several of the Michigan Jdogs. There's several of us in here, so we actually set up a call center of our own that is run by some veterans that are disabled vets. So they take the calls and help us with scheduling and keeping everybody kind of coordinated as far as the different franchises in the area. And that is that can be reached by my number will go right to the call center, and that's 248-232-0471. And if you happen to be kind of out of my territory, they'll direct it to the right spot. So
again, back to the brotherhood, right? Making sure everybody's on the same page. You guys are all working together as a unit and really accomplishing one mission. And that's what being a veteran is. And that's what veteran-owned business is. So this Jdog is pretty awesome. I'm going to dig into it here to see if it's here. I can tell you as soon as we get off this, I'm going to take a look, because as a busy real estate agent, we always need these services. And so in more agents you can be in front of, the better. That's what I think. But so Max Johnson, veteran, civilian worker for the military, tank plant, Spartan racer, now new entrepreneur, business owner, Jdog. Check him out.
Thanks,